Adam and Eve creation story is a lie. Straight like that. And I'm going to read the Bible's alleged creation story, and then I'm going to tell you scientific, factual creation story. So the Bible alleges that Eve came from Adam. So basically the Bible says that man created woman. A lot of you Negroes out there believe man created woman. But according to the universe, woman created man. So Adam didn't create Eve. Eve created Adam. Watch me show and prove. King James Bible. In your church, this is what you believe. So this is what I'm going to use to tell you it's a lie. Now with that being said, Genesis. Once again, Genesis means the origin or production of something. Genesis, the story of Jacob, who was really Yaqub, separating Laban's speckled flock, is really the creation story of Yaqub creating the Caucasian race. And if you need more understanding on that, go watch my 76 trillion year history of the black race video on YouTube, or you can go watch the truth about where blacks and whites come from, my other video on YouTube. Now, this right here, Genesis, also the origin and production of something. The Adam and Eve creation story, according to the Bible, is the origin and production of how God allegedly created human beings, but it's reversed, and I'm going to tell you the truth after I read you the lie. Now the lie in this book says, Genesis chapter 2 verse 21. And the Lord God caused a deep sleep to fall upon Adam, and he slept. And he took one of his ribs and closed up the flesh instead thereof. And the rib which the Lord God had taken from man made he a woman, and brought her unto the man. And Adam said, This is now bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh. She was called woman, because she was taken out of man. Therefore shall a man leave his father and his mother, and shall cleave unto his wife, and they shall be one flesh. And they were both naked, and the man and his wife, and were not ashamed. Okay. Now, according to your Bible, Christians, man created woman. Well, there's only one thing wrong with that. We know that 1 plus 1 is 2. So it can't never be 3. So what that means is, well, what they failed to teach me in science class was, what they never elaborate on in science class is, you got the 2 X chromosomes, which are too big, and then you got the big X chromosome, and you got the small Y chromosome. Now, they never tell you why the Y chromosome is so small, or why the women have 2 X chromosomes, and why the man has an X and a Y. You see, because and then just common sense, 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 comes after 1. The letter Y comes after X. So now, they say the man has an X and Y chromosome because apparently the Y chromosome came after the X. So if the woman has the 2 X chromosomes and doesn't have a Y, and the man has the Y, the woman came before the man. But I'm going to show and prove this even more. But that's just a little common sense for you. Now, in science class, they don't tell you why the Y chromosome is so small. I'll tell you why. Because the Y chromosome is 5 times smaller than the X chromosome, because the Y chromosome is a genetic defect of the X chromosome. When you take 2.8% of the X chromosome from itself, it becomes a Y chromosome. We know that the woman is an X chromosome and the man is a Y chromosome. So the man is a genetic defective offspring of the black woman. This is why we have nipples and we don't use them. We don't use our nipples one time our entire life. We don't produce milk, nothing. All a man's testicles is, or your ball sack, as some people like to call it, is the uterus of a woman protruding out of the body. This is why men have to get circumcised when they are born, because the extra skin on their penis is actually the skin of the wall of the vagina, which is just being exposed due to the penis being just a vaginal wall protruding out. Caucasians understand this truth. This is why they can take a man right now and turn his reproductive system from a penis and ball sack into a vagina and uterus, because they understand that the man was once upon a time a woman. So they can literally take a man right now in the surgical room and turn him back into a woman. So Adam didn't create Eve, Eve created Adam. A man is just a genetic defect offspring of the black woman. So you are lying to people in that Bible. Now, with that being said, this right here is done by our ancestors understood this science. This is why they lived according to what you call a matrilineal system. Long story short, a matrilineal system means a system where the queen rules or the woman is first. Africans put the woman first. We naturally as black men put the woman first. The Caucasian, in trying to reverse our minds of thinking and our way of life, put the man first. This is why Caucasians call themselves the patriots. We are living today in what you call a patrilineal system, which means man first. Now this is where the black man gets bitches ain't shit, or I don't need no bitch. Because you have a Caucasian ideology. Why? Because he has Eurocentrically camouflaged his patrilineal ideology in the Bible, and he has took God from mother and turned him into father. So now instead of looking at the black woman as the portal of life like we used to, we look at her as nothing more than an extension of our rib, and she takes the back seat. And even the Most High is looked at as a man. But yet science proves that man comes from a woman. So if you believe God is real, then who did God come from? Because according to science, God came from a woman. So with that being said, even Earth, it's called Mother Earth, Mother Nature. It's not called Father Nature. It's called Mother Nature. Africans deemed it, conceptualized that.
Shalom. This is Brother Samak. Before I do anything, I want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rachak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who do rule well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect that is scattered abroad. And with that, once again, this is Brother Samak coming at you with another lesson. Lord will that this is edifying. So, man, it's crazy, man. It's crazy thing going around, man. This thing, man. Guys really out here worshiping women, man. You know, as if they're some sort of god. Okay, and he's bringing up science, which science only just means just knowledge. Okay, and the true knowledge that we need, and that over exceeds other different knowledge, is the knowledge of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Okay, so and this truth, man. Okay, this Bible, right? It sets structure, it sets order. Okay. Things are placed on earth, or things are like this for a reason. From the beginning of time, you don't see any type of woman ruler. Why is that? She is the weaker vessel. Why is that? Okay? You don't see any matriarchy or anything like that stood the test of time. Okay? And he was saying a lot of, excuse my French, but a lot of bullshit, man. Okay? He was saying, a whole thing of us, what do you say? We don't have nipples. No, we have nipples, but we don't produce milk and all this crazy crap, man. It's like, and then he said before that about a man can turn himself into a woman, turn himself back into a woman, as if that's a part of nature, as if that's a part of like it's crazy, man. Like, just a man cannot turn into a woman, and a woman cannot turn into a man. Okay, and we know this. That's why, for instance, when it comes to having a period, a guy will not. He could try all he wants and try to make himself into a man or make himself into a woman all he wants. he's not going to be a woman. Okay? We do not come from women, but I come from, last time I checked, and that's the thing too. They be like, women be like, you came from your mother. No, I came from my dad's genital parts, man. Okay? Get it right. It's the seed. It's the sperm that makes the what's it called? The baby, man. Not the egg. Okay? So the egg, and they don't even know the purpose of the egg, man. The egg is for to keep it, like the sperm goes inside the egg. That's and it's just to protect it. Okay? Nothing more. It forms the sperm forms it, forms the baby, man. Okay? It's the sperm itself. It doesn't have to do with no egg, man. Like, of course, we need the women to produce, right? The baby and everything like that. But all in all, it comes from the sperm. Okay? The seed. Sperm goes back to the word sperma, which means seed. Okay? So you got to know your history, man. That's another thing too. And like, this guy doesn't even know history. You got to look way back when. You never see any women really ruling, because when it comes down to it, and if they do so-called rule, it's because why? The husband dies or something like that. So that's just it. Okay? So that being said, women are the weaker vessel. Okay? They're not gods, man. I remember some wicked ass Jake, man, that was working with, I was working with whatever. He comes out of nowhere saying women have 4 hearts or 5 hearts, and the woman is God and all this crazy crap, man. And it's just oh my gosh, man, a bunch of nonsense. So it's just like, this is what. Now one of the many things that are our people, especially these men, really go into, man. Are fooled by, man. You see a woman that can't even fend for herself, can't even do things for herself, because you leave a woman to her own devices, she ends up destroying herself. And you see that now, man. You see that women are more depressed than ever. You can look up the statistic where women are way more depressed, way more way more depressed and everything now than back then. And back then we were living in times where we were segregated, man, and we were actually doing really good then. But hold on real quick, I'm gonna get some scriptures real quick. Because our people are so freaking lost, man. I'm gonna start with this, man. What's that? Is it Jeremiah 4:22? Am I thinking about Jeremiah? Let me see. Nah, is it Jeremiah or is it Hosea? Nah, it's Hosea. It's Hosea. This is Hosea chapter 4 and verse 6. Yeah, Khan. It says, "My people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge." Okay, because science means knowledge, but here it is. Who's controlling that? Who has this stuff put out there? It's Esau Edom, man. The science and all things that he teaches us. He teaches his knowledge. But Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, this is the knowledge we're supposed to be learning right here, man. This truth. Okay? And this is what they lack, man. This is what our people lack, man. They lack this. They lack order, man. Okay? Women are trying to overexceed above the man, man. And that's out of order, man. We got to get things back in order. The only way things are going to get back in order is when the new kingdom comes, man. When this place gets destroyed, man. And the things that come along with this world, man. Okay? So and we can't wait for this time to happen, man. This world needs to be destroyed, man. Okay? This world needs to be gone, man. These freaking proud ass women, these proud ass niggas, you know, that just spewing out nonsense, man. Like this nigga, you know, excuse my French, but it just pisses me off, man. The fact that we have guys like this that like, you know, our people, man. This is who our people are, man. And mind you, the scriptures even say that they're gonna be counted as heathen, man. You know, they're gonna get the same judgment that the heathen get, man. You know, it says, because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee, that thou should be no priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten thy law of thy power. I will also forget thy children. Okay? So that's the point, man. You just reject knowledge. We're telling you everything. Like, hey, we're telling you, we're giving you everything, man. But you rather just go your own way, man. You rather figure out your own way, man. You know? Let me go to Romans, I think it's Romans 10. Right. Romans chapter 10 and verse 1. Brethren, my heart's desire of prayer, right, to the Most High for Israel is that they might be saved. For I bear them record that they have a zeal of the Most High, but not according to knowledge. Because that's the thing. Majority of our people, man, you know, they have the knowledge of, okay, there's a higher power, right? Because I believe majority of Jake believe that. They believe in a higher power, man. You know, even the most wicked amongst our people, you know, believe in a higher power, right? But again, not according to knowledge, man. You see Jake out there, you know, protesting and all this crazy nonsense and everything, like things are gonna change, you know. And I was even say, when it comes to these so-called churches, man, these Christian churches, man, okay, they're going, you know, dancing and all the stuff like that. Again, it's zeal, you know, they're crying out and everything like that, you know, but not according to knowledge, you know. The Lord said that he's not even going to hear you. You can keep crying all you want, but he's not going to answer you, man. You know, it says, for they being ignorant of the Most High's righteousness and going about to establish their own righteousness. Right. And you see that now, man. Just trying to do their own thing, leaning upon their own understanding, man. Oh, and that's another thing. This guy leaning upon his own understanding, trying to go think, and Jake think they're deep, man. You know, it's like oh yeah, this guy, we have nipples, but we don't use them. We have the X chromosome and this and this and this chromosome, and it's like, where are you getting this from? You know what I mean? You're getting this from Esau Edom? You're getting the knowledge, all this crazy crap. You're going too. It's such thing as going too deep, you know, to where you end up destroying yourself, man. You have so much of this knowledge, whether it be true or whether it be false. It's a mixture of things, you know. And then to where they have so much of this knowledge to where they end up destroying themselves as well. Because, for instance, I remember I believe I did a lesson on it was something about the Book of Enoch and the Ethiopian Bible and how it's wicked, because that's the perfect example. Our people are going into the Book of Enoch and the Ethiopian Bible. Mind you, that Ethiopian Bible, they just took all these other books and added it to the scriptures. Okay? And mind you, those extra books contradict the Bible in itself, man. So what more are people as well trying to mix in the things that are in the world with this truth, man? You know, the knowledge of this world and the knowledge that is in this truth, they're mixing it in, you know? And honestly, let me think. Right? I think that's the one I'm thinking of. Because we're not receiving the knowledge of this world, man. We're receiving the knowledge of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, okay? And that's order, man. Because again, they're gonna end up destroying themselves because they have all this stuff mixed in with the truth, and it just becomes just dead, you know. Yeah, this is 1 Corinthians chapter 2, and right, and I'll start at verse 10. It says, "But the Most High hath revealed them unto us by His Spirit." Matter of fact, let me start up. It says, "But as it is written, eye hath not seen, nor ear heard, neither have entered into the heart of man the things which the Most High hath prepared for them that love Him. But the Most High hath revealed them unto us by His Spirit. And for the Spirit searcheth all things, yea, the deep things of Yahweh." Right? "For what man knoweth the thing of a man, save the spirit of man which is in him? Even so, the things of the Most High knoweth no man, but the Spirit of the Most High." Let me actually read this in the NLT real quick and see what that says as well, just to get a better thing into it. Let me see. Because I'll say this, man, when I was reading, you know, I think about this, the fact of, what's that? "The Most High will do nothing, but He revealeth His secrets unto His servants, the prophets." Okay? This knowledge is not for everybody. This truth is not for everybody, right? Only a select few is going to obtain this truth and keep it for themselves, man. Okay? It says, "I appeal to you, dear brothers and sisters, by the authority of the Lord Yahweh Shai HaMashiach." Oh wait, no. Salakia. Wrong one. There we go. Verse 10. It says, "But it is to us that the Most High revealed these things by His Spirit. For His Spirit searches out everything and shows us God's the Most High's deep secrets." Right. That's what made me think of He revealed His secrets unto His servants, the prophets. Okay, because these things that's revealed unto us is through His Spirit, man. Through the Spirit, and that's why we say through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, man. We know these things, and we're able to what decipher and to teach, to bring it out through the Spirit. Okay. It says, "No one can know a person's thoughts except that person's own spirit. And no one can know the Most High's thoughts except God's own Spirit. And we have received this the Most High Spirit, not the world's spirit, so we can know the wonderful things the Most High has freely given us." Right? Because again, the spirit of the world, this spirit, man, that Jake is on, it's the spirit of the world, man. They're doing things different. They're moving different. You know, they're not moving like the men of the Lord, man. And the scriptures even say to try the spirits whether they are of Yahweh, man. You know, because you don't know what's out there, man. The scriptures say that there's many false prophets than true prophets, man. Okay, way more false prophets than true prophets, man. Okay, so so yeah, you gotta watch out. So you gotta try the spirits. You know, it says when we tell you these things, we do not use words that come from human wisdom. See that? So, in other words, I want to use this. Now, let me go to here. Go back to the end. Let me to the KJV. It says, which things also we speak, not in the words with man's wisdom, which man's wisdom teacheth, man. And man's wisdom teaches you gotta put the woman first. You know, you gotta worship the woman, man. You know, and you see that, man, throughout the, what's going on. Women try to be all masculine and everything like that, man, and trying to, we all of a sudden have to try our best to please a woman. What's that dude that sung put that woman first? You know what happened to him? He I think he's going through it too, because he's going through a divorce or something like that, I think. When it comes down to it, yeah, he was screwed too. And he's the one that put out the song Put the Woman First, man. So much for putting the woman first, because a lot of the times when you put the woman first, she ends up deceiving you. Okay? The scriptures talk about what's that? That women are nothing but snares and traps, man. Their job, and you don't understand this too. I remember somebody saying this too, and it's true, because a woman's job is to, in a way, trap a man into getting him, because she is the bait, considered to be the bait. And how does she get that man? By what? Showing off her what? Body. Okay? Showing off her body, showing off her curves or her beauty, her hair. That's the real thing, as far as her hair, the beauty, everything, man. Okay? So that being said, yeah. She's the one that's supposed to be showing everything, showing everything off and everything. I forgot what I was getting at. Dang. I'll say this. When it comes down to it, yeah, we shouldn't be trying to go all out for a woman, trying to do all this X, Y, and Z for a woman, man. Nah. Because she ends up leaving. And yeah, that's the point. The point is trapping the man. Because her main job is to present herself in a way to where she can get a man. Okay? So she has to use kind of what's the word for it? Deceptive tactics, to end up getting a man, But and that's today, man. They got the fake this, fake hair, fake nails, fake hair, eyelashes, fake booties and fake tits and everything, man. So it's nothing real anymore, man. Before, way back when, our women were didn't need to use all these tricks and everything like that, man. They just came natural. So it's just it shows how far we came as a society, man. Things have changed. But it says, not in the words which a man's wisdom teacheth, but which the most high, which the Holy Spirit teacheth, comparing spiritual things with spiritual. Okay. It says, but the natural man receiveth not the things of the Spirit of the Most High, for they are foolishness unto him. And it is foolishness, man. And it's crazy because the chapter before this, the first chapter, talks about how the Lord is gonna, the Lord destroyed the wisdom of this world, man. And you see that. It's clear that the woman is the weaker vessel, okay? And they saying, oh, the man created the woman created the man, blah, blah, blah. But all in all, the Most High I should say Yahushai created us, man. Yahweh Bashem Yahushai through Yahweh gave the power to Yahushai, and mind you, Yahweh, who the world ignorantly calls God, and Yahushai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. Those are the true names, man. Okay, so Yahweh gave power to his son, so through his son made everything, man. Okay? So that being said, it's and that's another thing too that people get mixed up. They thinking that the Adam and Eve story is talking about Adam. Oh no, Adam had the rib, and the woman came from Adam. All this. No, man, that bone. Slocky, that rib. It wasn't meant to be taken literally. Okay, it was a parable to mean kinship. Okay, so again, when it comes down to it, Adam and Eve, they were of the same lineage, the same tribe, in a way. So that doesn't mean literally the fact of Eve came from the womb of Adam, man. No. It says, what's that? Yeah. Neither can he know them because they are spiritually discerned. See that? Let me read that in LT. It says, verse 14, but people who aren't spiritual cannot receive these truths from the Most High Spirit. Right. That's why when you try to tell Jake something, you say, hey, it's really this, and really this. They're not going to get it, man. It doesn't resonate with them. Hey, the scriptures say the Spirit beareth witness with our spirit that we are the chosen of the Most High, man. Okay, that's the thing too. It has to resonate with you. Okay. So we know who has the spirit of the elect because it will resonate with you like a song. The scriptures say what? We have piped unto you, but ye have not danced. Right? They're not dancing, man. The only ones that's going to be dancing to this tune and understanding this tune is the elect, man. Okay? And it's for a reason. The Lord blinded majority of our people for a reason. Because at the end of the day, the Lord's not coming back to just save anybody. No, he's coming back to save a specific group of men that's going to govern the kingdom to come. Okay? It says, it all sounds foolish to them, and they can't understand it. Let me read that again. It all sounds foolish to them, and they can't understand it. And that's exactly what I was talking about. You try to tell Jake, hey, this, and this, X, Y, and Z, right? And they're not going to understand it. They're just going to make fun of it, right? And it just doesn't resonate with them. Okay? For only those who are spiritual can understand what the Spirit means. Yeah. The ones that are spiritual. You got it. And again, the only one that's going to be thinking like this is the elect, man. Okay? But that's the point, man. They receive the spirit of the world, the knowledge of this world, man. The knowledge of this world really messed up Jake in the hole, man. To where they don't even want to have natural things anymore, man. Like they literally, all this artificial crap, man. Even to where, again, where it comes down to our women. You know, a guy. I remember seeing a guy. I remember a guy talking about. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with a fake butt and there's no, man. That's off. I want the real thing, but we can't have the real thing anymore, man. No, nothing's real anymore. You can't even find a virgin anymore, man. You know, it's impossible to find a virgin now. It's I'll say high likely to find a virgin anymore. You know, because now it's just bad, man. It's really bad, man. But yeah, everything is just not natural anymore, man. You know. So all in all, yeah. What was I gonna say? To where it's even like there's no seeds in the fruit anymore, man. You can't even find a watermelon without, you can't find a watermelon with seeds. It's just a bunch of watermelon without seeds, seedless watermelons, man. You know, it's crazy. But I can say this, that Jake got it all twisted, man. It's an order to certain things, okay? And I'm gonna go to, I think it's 2 Corinthians 11. Nope, 1 Corinthians 11. 1 Corinthians chapter 11. Let me just get that out. All right, come on. This is 1 Corinthians 11 and verse 1. Be ye followers of me, even as I also am of Hamashiach. Now I praise you, brethren, that ye remember me in all things and keep the ordinances as I deliver them to you. But I would have you know that the head of every man is Hamashiach, and the head of the woman is the man, and the head of Hamashiach is Yahweh. And that's a cut for a lot of things that is going on. First and foremost, that's a cut to this dude that's talking about putting woman first and all this crazy crap. Because, mind you, when you put the woman, like I said, when you put the woman first, she ends up destroying the whole thing, man. You know? And you if you don't, and that's another thing too. If you're talking about put the woman first and all this crazy crap, you don't know women. I'm just gonna be completely honest with you. You never actually had a real relationship, and true love when it comes to a woman, because a woman is supposed to adore you more than the man is supposed to adore the woman. Okay, she's supposed to look up to you. Okay, she's supposed to seek your validation, man. Okay, it's not the other way around. That's backwards. Okay, that's what this world really is trying to put on our people. Now look, our men are weak as hell. Because they're raised by these women, man. They're raised by these women, and the women are trying to twist the little boy's mind and to try to worship these women, and then he ends up getting all messed up, and basically ends up hating the father, hating the man. The woman's putting all her problems on the child, and then he grows up to be emotional. That's why you see all these emotional ass Negroes out here blown up, shooting all this crazy crap, man. These men, these Negroes are out here freaking what's it called? Are raised by women, man. So you can go ahead and put those women first all you want. You're gonna end up alone and probably on child support. All right. So that being said, it's just there's no putting no woman first, man. So that's a cut. Okay. Number two, this shows the distinction of Yahweh, who the world ignorantly calls God, and Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. They are two separate beings, okay? They're separate. It shows it. Clear as day. Yahweh is above Yahweh Shai, okay? It says, Oslake, every man, oh, let me go skip down. Yeah, let me skip down. And that's another thing too. My bad, Salakia. This is a third cut, right? To the people that think that they can go above Yahweh Shai and think that they're on the same level as Yahweh Shai, because we're not, okay? We're not on the same level as Yahweh Shai, man. He's above us, okay? That's the ordinance, man. You saying that you can do what Yahweh Shai did, man? No. That's why I believe it was the scriptures in Revelations, if I'm not mistaken, where it talks about he was the only one that was worthy to unlock and to unloosen the seals, man. Nobody else. Okay? He was the one that was chosen to what? To be on the cross, man. Okay? He was the only one. No one else, man. There was no one else but him. And mind you, scriptures say what? That he is the first and the last, man. The beginning and the end. Okay? So he was the first creation. The first creation. He had everything. Okay? It says, let me skip down. It's verse 7. It says, "For a man indeed ought not to cover his head, for as much as he is the image of the and glory of Yahweh, and the woman is the glory of the man." Right? As in the trophy, man. A woman is like a trophy. You got to think about that, man. You go into and that's the thing too, man. Listen, men and women are different. Okay? A woman wants somebody that everyone knows. Okay? Everybody knows this guy. But when it comes to a man to a man wants a woman that nobody knows. Okay? Because why? You go into like a get together or whatever. You got a lot of people going on, everything like that. Say you a lot of people know you, and you got this new girl that nobody knows. They're gonna be like, "Ooh, who's that? Who's that? Who's that?" They're gonna think, "Who is she?" Being with this fine man, that is high above all these people and everything like that. So we are different, man. She is the trophy, and now, right? Oh. If that's the case, women are the prize. No, man. The man is the prize. Okay? And when it comes down to it, the man is the prize. Because at the end of the day, the woman is supposed to like the man more than the man likes the woman, because again, the woman looks up to him, right? Perfect example. Perfect example. Matter of fact, dang, if I don't know if I could find it. Matter of fact, wait. Let me see if I could just do that. It was Isaac, man. Ooh, was this it? No. Let's go down. Shalakia. Isaac. Let me go up. I think it is in Genesis. I believe it's in Genesis. Yeah, it is. It's Genesis chapter 24. And I'll start at verse. Let me just start it there. Yeah, 62. Because it says Isaac marries Rebekah, and this proves as well that sex is marriage. So that's a cut to you guys that think that you have to, go through a whole ceremony and all this crazy things and stuff. You can, but the real sex is marriage. I mean, the real marriage is sex. Okay. So it says, and Isaac, verse 62, right? Genesis 24 and 62. And Isaac came from the way of the well, Lahario. It says, Laharoi. Yeah, I think that's it. It says, for he dwelt in the south country, and Isaac went out to meditate in the field at the eventide. And he lifted his eyes and saw, and behold, the camels were coming. And Rebekah lifted up her eyes, and when she saw Isaac, she lighted off the camel. For she had said unto the servant, what man is that? What man is this that walketh in the field to meet us? And the servant had said, it is my master. Therefore she took a veil and covered herself. And the servant took Isaac all things that he had done. Because she's, again, asking the question. Because why? She's interested in the dude, man. She's gawking at this dude. Isaac was the man. All right? She was gawking at this dude, And then it says, Isaac brought her unto his mother Sarah's tent and took Rebekah. Took her, man. And she became his wife. What were they doing inside that tent, man? And he loved her, and Isaac was comforted after his mother's death. What were they doing inside that tent, man? What were they doing? What was the ceremony, man? Okay? You're not thinking, man. You're not thinking. Took her, man. Hey, said, yo, you mine. Grab her. Boom. That's it. Times are so, those times were so simple back then. But now, everything's so daggone complicated, man. And this is Edom's fault, man. The whole long-ass process to it's like crazy, man. And then all of a sudden, bull crap about divorcing. A woman can't divorce a man. Okay? And we don't even advise a man to divorce a man to divorce his girl, man. Because that's not cool. Because again, the scriptures talk about, you basically made that woman to commit adultery. You better reconcile. You women better reconcile back to your husband. Okay? And I guarantee that majority of relationships are mainly because of the woman ain't doing right to her man, man. That's just my personal opinion, right? Because there's a lot of good guys out there, but it's just when it comes down to it's the women that change, man. It's the women that aren't real when it comes down to the relationships and everything, man. And I'm gonna get this real quick too, man. Let me start it up. Romans chapter 1 and verse 25. It says, who changed the truth of the Most High into a lie, and worship and serveth the creature more than the Creator. And that's today, man. They are either hear what the so-called white man has to say, and that's this freaking nigga, man. Okay, excuse my French, man. I'm low-key pissed off, man, because you got stupid idiots like this that try to go off of the things of this world and what the world is saying and everything, and not actually going to the true knowledge and understanding of the Most High, man. You know, and it's just crazy how, oh my gosh, man. But let me keep reading. No, Salakia, that's what I was gonna say. Again, they want to rather go to Esau, Edom for the knowledge, and on top of that too, our people, man, it's so bad to where our people, and I see it a lot, man. You know, they have high blood pressure, they have diabetes, and all these different type of things going on. And where do they go? They go to the hospital when they're sick. They go to the hospital when the body ain't feeling right, everything like that. And then what? The doctor prescribes you with a pill that doesn't even work. It works temporarily. And it's called a treatment. It treats it, but it doesn't cure it. You need a cure. You don't need a treatment, man. You need a cure. So you just dismiss all the things that the Most High has given us, the fruits, the vegetables, the herbs, man, the things that actually help you and cure you. Okay? You see brothers now, they don't go to no doctors, man. I don't go to no doctors, man. When I'm sick, what do? I fast. Okay? And most importantly, I pray. And what? Drink liquids, aka with fruits and herbs, man. Okay? That's what we need. But here it is. A lot of our people try to go to the doctors and try to figure out. You should know what's wrong with your body, man. You shouldn't have to you shouldn't have people tell you what's wrong with your body. You should know. You should know off rip what's wrong, man. And I'll even say this: there's so much knowledge out there. So much what's the word for it? So much knowledge out there, information out there. You should know. You should look it up for yourself and stop trying to be lazy, man. If you have high blood pressure, stop eating white rice. Stop eating white bread and all this crazy bread and everything, man. But yet you want to just continue to eat your food, eat what you want to eat, and just take a pill that'll just temporarily be not you won't have to worry about it basically temporarily, to where you can continue to eat what you want to eat. That make no daggone sense, man. And then what? You're gonna have to continue to take that pill for the rest of your damn life, man. Is that what you want to do? Is that what you want to just do the rest of your life? That's why Jake is messed up right now, man. In wheelchairs and can't walk. Because they just can't put down that poke. They can't put down them sweets, them daggone nothing, man. It's killing you. And you're still what's the word for it? You're still taking it. You're still eating it. Okay? You're defiling your temple. And what does the scripture say about defiling your temple? That what? The Most High will destroy you, man. Okay? Let me keep reading. It says, who is blessed forever among, for this cause the Most High gave them up unto vile affections, for even their women did change their natural use, which is against nature. And what is that? That's bearing children, man. Our people, man, the women don't even want to be mothers, man. Getting abortions and I don't even know if I could say that word, but not following through with their having a kid, man. You know, sleeping with the next guy and then getting knocked up and like, nah, I don't want it. Not even wanting the kid, man. You know, it's sad, man. It's real sad. And again, this world is just so wicked, man. You know, it's so wicked to where it's just, the Lord has to destroy this place, man. There's no going around it. You know, there's no saving it. You know, at all. Hey, the scriptures even talk about that, man. We would have healed Babylon, but she cannot be healed. Okay, and this is modern day Babylon, man. Okay, where it says in this is Babylon the Great. Okay, this is where it says that what's that? Well, Babylon goes back to the word Babal, which means confusion. So you can see that, man. This is Babylon, man. You see how much confusion this is? This is the worst it's ever been. This is worse than Sodom and Gomorrah, man. Okay? And we see it. It's sad, man. But I don't want to make this too long, but hey, it is what it is. You know, Lord will, and I pray you was edified. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rachak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who do rule well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect that are scattered abroad. And with that I say, Shalom.